Welcome to Shareability Uganda e-learning. My name is Nelson Bitswamba, and today's video we shall be talking about expanding using place values, and in this topic we are handling P4 mathematics self-study lesson. This is my telephone number, and this is our email at shareability.net. You can join our platform. Okay, let's get started. As I've earlier told you, that in this video we shall be able to tackle more about place values, and in this topic we shall be able to learn defining a place value, expanding numbers using place values, expanded numbers, because we are handling this because we know this is most important in identifying and knowing. If they tell you expand this number using place values, or use expanded notation using place values, we shall be able to handle such a problems. So it is today's video we shall be able to learn more about this. Okay, let's get started. Now we shall be able to define what a place value is. Okay, so dear learners, I know this is not something very new to you. Someone must have heard about what you call a place value. What does it mean when it comes to your mind? And I know everyone has different answers, but by definition we are saying the number that is represented by the sum of what? The sum of each. Okay, they are saying place values. We can say these are numbers that are represented by the sum of each. That means we shall be dealing with what? We shall be dealing with numbers represented by the sum of each. That means those numbers, they shall be represented by the sum of what? The sum of each. So we have to understand what are they meaning. What are they meaning when they are talking about these place values? And from this word place value, that means they are numbers that we shall be placing and give them what? And give them a value. So here we shall be seeing expanding numbers, and we have been given our example. Okay, but before we are given this one, I want us to first have a brief understanding about the number systems. When talk about the number system, we are meaning the way how we represent these numbers and their actual meaning in the what? In the systems. We shall talk about the ones, we shall talk about tens, we shall talk about hundreds, thousands, and 10,000. I know each one of you has ever heard about let me say tens or hundreds or thousands, like when you are counting in your primary 3s, primary 2, they teach you how to count from 1 up to infinity, maybe 1,000. Maybe they tell you this is 1,000, but have you ever tried to see how 1,000 comes about? Why that one is called 100, or why it is called a 10,000? So in today's topic, when we are learning about the place values, we shall be able to understand how they come about. Okay, so let's go back to this. We are saying that a place value, these are numbers represented by the sum of each. So in our ones here, in representing this, like I've talked about the ones, the tens, hundreds, and thousands. So this is an abbreviation of this that I was talking about. It is an abbreviation of this, of ones, an abbreviation of tens, an abbreviation of 100, an abbreviation of 1,000. So here there is also 10,000. Okay, so that means when you are dealing with place values, we shall have a number that we shall put in ones. When you put it under 1, okay, let me show you here shortly. Okay, I'm trying to mean that in these ones we shall have a number that shall place under here. Let me say if it is a 2, that means our 2 will be under what? Will be under ones. If we have a 4 here, okay, that means our 4 shall be under what? Under ones. If you have, let me say 8, okay, that means our 8 shall be under hundreds. If we have, let me say this is our, okay, let me say this is 9, okay, that means our 9 shall be under what? Under 1,000. So in reading these numbers, we can say a 2 is in ones, a 4 is in tens, 8 is in hundreds, and 9 is in thousands. Okay, so that is a brief description of how we can represent these numbers. Okay, that is how we can do what? How we can present those numbers. Okay, said if this is a 9, shall say it is under 1,000. Okay, let's now briefly see how this came about. So this is how we are able to come up with this. So this is an example first, and in our example number 1, we have been given a number. They are saying expand 3746 using its place values. Wow. Okay, now as we have talked about the ones and the tens, hundreds and thousands, this is how you can present it for it to be very easy for you. Now we are saying that we shall be able to get that number which is given and place it in the value of that number. Here we follow this category. We start from the left hand side to the right. We start from the right hand side to the left hand side. Let there not be one to start from here and it goes this side. Okay, but here in arranging our numbers, we start from the right hand side to the left. So we are able to write our ones, we abbreviated it with 0, and our tens, we abbreviated it with a 10 with a T. Our 100 were abbreviated with a H, and our thousands was abbreviated with TH. Okay, so in arranging this number, you arrange it in this way. So you make sure you bring your 6 in the ones, your 4 in the tens, your 7 in the hundreds, and your 3 in thousands. Okay, so this also gives us a way how we can be able to read the numbers, as we shall be able to see how they look like. So in writing them, here we write ones, here we write tens, here we write hundreds, here we write thousands. So when they tell you expand 3746, okay, we shall be able to write it in this way. Now we have a 3 here in thousands, we have a 7 in 100, we have a 4 in the tens, we have a 6 in ones. So what we do, we say 3 times 100, 3 times 1,000, and we see how we say 7 times 100. 4 times the 10th, then 6 times the ones. So in so doing, they are able to say 3 times 1,000, 7 times 100, 4 times 10, and then 6 times 1. So this gives us our same number as you are seeing, because when you multiply this times 1,000, it becomes what? 1 as the answer. It is 1,000, it becomes 3,000. When you multiply 7 times 100, it becomes 700, like you have been studying more about multiplication of numbers. So when you multiply 4 times 4 times 10, it becomes 40. When you multiply 6 times 1, it becomes 6. Okay, so that's why we are able to get 3,746. Okay, so that's how they come up with the place value. Okay, let's come down. This was also as I was telling you about, that we use a number system in representing these numbers. So we got a 2, say it should be in place value of 1, and 4 in a place value of 10, 8 in a place value of 100, 9 in a place value of 1,000. If it is more than 1,000, then there it goes to 10,000. Okay, so let's also look at another example here. We have been given another example too. We have 6 to 3. They are saying we should expand this one. Okay, using our same explanation, and then how we do this, we are saying a 0 is a 0 which represent our ones, and the T which represent our tenth, and H which represent our hundreds. So we shall be able to say a 6 is in hundreds, a 2 is in our tens, a 3 is in our ones. So we shall write 600s plus 2 tens plus 3 ones. Okay, so we shall be able to come up with a very correct answer. So here we also come to expanding numbers using place values. Okay, using values. Let's say we have been given an example: expand 95614 using its values. Okay, so here we have been given our ones, and our 4 is in the place value of what? Of ones. We have a 1 in the place value of tens. We have a 6 in the place value of 8. We have a 5 in the place value of we have a 6 in the place value of 100. We have a 5 in the place value of thousands. We have also a 9. So this becomes 10,000. Okay, so in so writing this, we shall say a 4 which is in the place value of ones shall be 4 times 1, which is equal to 4. Then 1 which is in the place value of tens shall be 1 times 10, which is the place value, which is equal to 10. A 6 which is in the place value of 100 shall be 6 times 100, which gives us 600. So we have a 5 in the place value of 1,000 shall be 5 times 1,000. We get 5,000. Okay, so we have also a 9 in the place value of 10,000. We shall multiply 9 times 1,000 shall be 90,000. So as we were saying, that we always write, as we were saying in our definition, we said in our definition, let me show you here, show all slides. Okay, we said here, when we are talking about defining a place value, we said the number that is represented by the sum of each. Okay, the number that is represented by the sum of what? By the sum of each. Okay, so that's what we are meaning, the number that is represented by the sum of what? By the sum of it. After we have got the place values of this, we get the sum. okay, the sum that is represented by the place value of each. So in this we got a place value of this, so here we are able to say 95614 is the same as 90,000 plus 50 plus 5,000 plus 600 plus 10 plus 4. It gives us this number, okay, 95,614. So that's how we can deal with such a numbers. Okay, let me give you one of the understanding. If you have our numbers, let me say 4, we have 7, we have 6. Okay, who can represent this? Who can expand for us this number? Okay, let us expand this. Okay, I'm going to write in a short. I'm going to say expand. Okay, expand. Okay, so how do we write this? Remember, here we said that we first give these numbers what? Place values. Who can give us a place value of 6? Okay, place value of 6 is going to be ones. Okay, ones. Okay, this one is going to be tens. Okay, tens what? Going to be in tens. This one is going to be in, okay, hundreds. Okay, hundreds. No matter about the what, about the handwriting, but that is going to be in hundreds. Okay, so now in so writing this, we have known where each belong. That means here we shall be able to say 6 times 1, we shall be able to get 6. Okay, so here our 7 in the place value of tens shall be able to say 7 times our what? Our 10. Okay, what shall we get here? We shall be able to get our 70. Okay, able to get our 70. Then here in 100 we have a 4. Okay, 4 times our 100. Okay, times 100. What shall we get here? Shall be able to get 400. Okay, shall be able to get 400. So that means our 4, 7, 6 is equal to 400. Okay, 400 plus, okay, plus our 70. Okay, plus our 6. Okay, so when you add this, they will give us this. So we shall have expanded this number. So when they say expand this number, you have to give it in this way. Okay, so that's how we deal with place values and expanding numbers. I think we shall be able to handle more of this and explain how this comes about, reading them in figures and everything. So this is the end of our lesson. I say thank you very much. please, you can check out below for the recent lessons that you might have missed. So you can also subscribe to get more upcoming lessons for this subject. God bless you. Have a good moment.